to take this off because it's starting to itch. Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can find it on here. Okay, I found it. Hi, Adonis. Hello, 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 everyone. Okay, first person is Stojans for general. You could be planning travel. Maybe spending time with the water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Disappointments heal and move into the past. Life begins to move forward. Travel could be coming in sometime this summer. Listen to your intuition. Anxiety eases and moves into the past, and you may be paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan. Queen City for tomorrow. Life comes into balance. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Life changes for you for the better quickly when you lay down the law, set boundaries, and don't accept less than you want or deserve in personal relationships. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Mariana, general for the week. You have a wish that comes true. Lay down the law, set boundaries. It'll serve you well, and life begins to move forward. May hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan may make you feel relief. Teamwork is favored around work, school, or business. Dee Dee for the rest of the day. Dee Dee for the rest of the day. Old wounds heal and move into the past, and life begins to move forward. May hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Could be spending time with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Anxiety eases and moves into the past, and you may be feeling a little bit more financially stable. Toka, did you send for 2 questions? Because only one came through. Toka, will I hear from Jay via text or call anymore tonight? I doubt that you're going to hear from him again tonight, but you should hear from him soon. Dee Dee for the rest of the day. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Disappointments heal and move into the past, and life begins to move forward. Maybe spending time with an we got an air sign here, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You also may have an Aries around. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. And if you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready. Tanya, love. When it comes to love, life is moving forward towards greener pastures. You have happiness and success coming in around love. Capricorn is still showing up here. A new journey could also be beginning with a fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, but then you also have another Sagittarius coming in. Listen to your intuition and life moves forward. Explore your options leads to success. Oh, Toka, the other one just came through. Love for the next 7 days. Love for the next 7 days looks a little slow. Nothing bad is happening, but you've got like things are a little bit out of balance. Not much is moving forward. You may feel like just not all that much is happening. Empress is in reverse. And you could be feeling a little bit like, I would say, if you're currently dating someone, expressing your wants and needs around the situation may be helpful. If you're not with anyone, there's probably not all that much happening within the next week. Listen to your intuition and life moves forward, but it's probably not going to be this week. This week looks a little slow as far as love is concerned. Hi, Zara. Hi, Mel. Jasmina, money. You have money coming in. So you have money coming in and you're paying your bills. Life is flowing, like the energy is flowing. Not a ton of money falling out of the sky, but you're getting by. Listen to your intuition. Adding a stream of income or a new stream of income between now and the end of the year may be helpful in paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan. And you're feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, and business. Sorry, just closed our communication with Black Eagle. He texted me. Okay, excellent. Good, good, good. Oh, okay. Have a good night, Zara. Susie, T the Capricorn for the next week. T the Capricorn and I for the next week. You have communication coming in and you're probably going to plan to see one another. I don't know if you're going to see each other within the next 7 days because Two of Swords is in reverse. But you may speak within the next 7 days and then may be planning to see one another after that. You know, like then you're probably going to hear from him within the next 7 days and make a plan to see one another shortly after. Aisha, is Chris done with me? No, he still shows up around the picture. Aries Sun for the next 24 hours. Old wounds heal and move into the past and life begins to move forward. May hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news you've been waiting on. Could be spending time with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And maybe spending time with a Libra. Teamwork is favored around work, school, and business. Mary, finances. When it comes to finances, negativity is moving into the past and success is coming in. A wish comes true. Money's coming in, Nine of Pentacles, money flowing to you, which is usually earned income. Paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan may make you feel relief. Listen to your intuition. You should be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. Not bad. Not bad. Cinnamon for tomorrow. You have a new journey that begins that may lead to success around finances improving. Listen to your intuition. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Areas of your life that have been stuck or stagnant or disappointing should now heal and move into the past. You're not looking back on the past. You may be planning travel. Not bad. All right, I gotta run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Avery, you still awake? Okay, give up. Avery, you awake? Tanya, if Jay the Gemini wants to get something going romantically, why not stay so instead of dropping hints like we're playing with daisy petals, picking them, saying he loves me not. He's unsure how you feel about him. He's a little skeptical because he doesn't know how you feel about him. You know what? Communication could pick up. Let's see what happens with this guy. Because there is potential for more to come. Negativity is moving into the past. Life is moving forward. Disappointments are healing. Let's see what happens. Red, how will feel about body care results? For the most part, I think you're going to be happy and content. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Oh, Mary, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. What a shame. My condolences to you and your family. So sorry. red for the rest of Saturday general. You could have good news coming in. Anxiety eases and moves into the past. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Could be spending time with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Life moves forward towards greener pastures. A disappointment or an old hurt is healing and moving into the past. Taylor next week, love, single. Lay down the laws, set boundaries, and don't be afraid to express your wants and needs when it comes to love. Anxiety eases and moves into the past and life begins to move forward. Maybe spending time with an Aries or an Earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Exploring your options leads to success. NRA 00. Will Henry propose to Nadra in the future? And will everything work? I can't tell you that everything is going to work out. I can't answer that. Like, I can't give it a blanket statement that everything's going to be perfect. I can't answer that for anybody. I don't see engagement here as of right now. I don't know where you guys are in your relationship, but things look a little bit out of balance. If that's something that you're interested in, I would discuss it if you haven't already. Maggie, how will my trip to Berlin be today? Should go well. Feeling grounded and stable, happy, content, successful. Pretty good. Raymond, surprise me for the rest of July. Maybe spending time with the Sagittarius. You're being guided by the divine towards greener pastures. A wish comes true. Something happens around work, school, or business that may make you happy. May hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Could be spending time with a Leo. Anxiety eases and moves into the past. AA, how does my boss B think about me so far? Pretty good. There's like respect. May find you to be a team player, hardworking, somebody who's focused, down to earth, reliable, dependable, sincere. Lucinda for the next 3 weeks. Maybe spending time with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, or Virgo. New beginnings are on the horizon that could lead you to success around work, school, or business. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You might feel relief around life moving forward. Tanya, general for the next 2 weeks. For the next 2 weeks, you may be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. Money's coming in. Could be spending time with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Maybe that's that Gemini. Paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan may make you feel relief. Disappointments heal and move into the past. Teamwork is favored. Life comes into balance, and you'll hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Not bad. That's right, Susie. We are like a little family here. I love that. Avery, did you fall asleep? I think she fell asleep. We had a birthday party at her cousin's house. It was her aunt's birthday was today, and 2 of the cousins, one's born in June and one's born in August. So they do one party in July, and it just happened to fall on her aunt's birthday today, which is great because it gets everybody together once. You know how it is trying to get people together for something. And then you got to do it in June, July, and August. Forget it. And the summer, everybody's all over the place. Anyhow. So they always get this big water slide for the kids. And I don't know how many times Avery was up and down that water slide. About 5,000, I think. So I think she fell asleep. Which is good. Edward, general for next week. You've got money coming in, finances are improving, and you may be paying off a bill of debt or a loan, feeling a little more financially secure. You may be beginning a new venture of some type. You'll be spending time with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Anxiety eases and moves into the past. Success comes in around work, school, and business. Gabs, what is the energetic likelihood that Matt had sex with Eden? Well, I'm only getting a 33% chance, yes, that they did. But I think one person really wanted to, and the other person may have kind of rejected them. Because Two of Cups is in reverse, and so is the Six of Wands, but I get 33% chance, yes. It also could be that maybe something happened once, and then one person wanted more from the situation than the other person was willing to give. The other person may have shut it down. Is the investigation into my letter and Matt going to become serious, or is it going to fade? I think it's going to be taken seriously. Something gets exposed. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but with the Fool in reverse, something will get exposed. Thank you. Thank you. I did. Kat, will I get my transfer to another shelter? Yes, you will. Ivo. Hello, how are ya? Blackjack is spirit protecting me. Yes, but don't do anything stupid. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the kind of thing, am I going to lose weight? Yeah, you're going to lose weight, and then you go out and eat 12 cheesecakes. It's like, yeah, you're being protected, but, don't drive reckless. That kind of a thing. You're being protected, but still use your head. Sumya, what's next in my life? Maybe thinking about going back to school or learning a new area of study. A disappointment heals and moves into the past, and life begins to move forward. You may be spending time with a Libra. You'll hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Perseverance pays off around work, school, or business. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Life is moving forward. Low Cairo Blue. Why is Dylan lie to me and block me all over? Is he gone for good this time, or does he even care about me at all? Okay, he's setting a boundary with you. So I can't say that this person doesn't care about you at all, but whatever it is your relationship was, they're setting a boundary and they're kind of sticking to it right now. So I wouldn't try to pursue this anymore. As of right now, I would kind of leave things the way they are, because trying to you're trying to do anything here is just not going to be helpful. They're just going to be resentful. Listen to your intuition. Slow and steady wins the race. It may be time to disconnect and put your energy somewhere else. For right now, doesn't mean that that's forever. Payment weekly reading. Anxiety eases and moves into the past, and teamwork is favored around work, school, or business. Success comes in around work, school, or business, and a wish may come true. Disappointments heal and move into the past. You may be spending time with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. You could be paying off a bill of debt or a loan, or putting money aside for something. Nicole, love reading for the next 30 days. Well, you have the Magician here, the ability to manifest new opportunities, and you have choices and options. If you're already with someone and your current relationship is functioning well, things will continue to move forward with the Empress. If you're not with anyone, Empress could be bringing in a Scorpio, fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, new beginnings on the horizon that lead to success. If you're looking for a committed relationship, you have one coming in. I can't swear it's going to be within the next 30 days, but it's on the horizon. The world is at your feet. Brenda for tonight and tomorrow. Old wounds heal and move into the past. If you're feeling undecided about something or someone, don't make any decisions until you're ready. You may be spending time with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or you may hear from somebody that you're hoping to hear from. Lay down the law, set boundaries if somebody is overstepping. Not bad, not bad. Can-Chan General. Can-Chan General. Maybe spending time with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, and although it may be slow and steady wins the race, life is moving forward. Weight of the world slips off your shoulders. You could be spending time with a Cancer, maybe planning travel, possibly a road trip. The hard work you put into work, school, or business comes back and pays off, and you may have money coming in, or finances may be improving. Miriam, general reading. Maybe making decisions that around the home, like moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home, redoing your home, whatever it is, it would be positive. Maybe spending time with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Listen to your intuition. Anxiety eases and moves into the past. Success comes in. I'm Lourdes next week. You have a wish that comes true, new beginnings on the horizon that lead to success around money or finances improving. Maybe spending time with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Life moves forward, a disappointment heals and moves into the past. You might be feeling like going back to school or learning a new area of study. Adrian, will I have my own small business in the future, and what kind of business? I'm considering a car wash or a small business making and selling patties and Jamaican cocoa bread. Okay, so this is like free will. It's not a destiny thing. Like, you have the opportunity to open up a business if you choose to, and then you have to make the decision as to what the business is going to be. So if you want to be a business owner, yes, you have the opportunity, but you have to take the opportunity and make the decisions. The cards can't tell you what to do. I think that it may be the you might wind up going with the car wash. Julie, do you see any progress with the MS situation for me yet? Yeah, you have the world at your feet, and you should get good news that comes in around this situation. You haven't heard anything yet? There should be good news that comes in maybe between now and the end of the month. Listen to your intuition. You have the world at your feet. Oh, thank you, Bernard. I'm working. I'm a work in progress, but thank you. I love cheesecakes. My mom used to make cheesecake every year for Thanksgiving, and apparently there's something to making the cheesecake that you could accidentally crack the cake, which I never saw as being a big problem anyway, because she always put cherries on top, so it would be covered, but we weren't allowed in the kitchen because we could crack the cake. I think she used to put pineapple on the bottom and cherries on the top. Whatever it was really good. But yeah. Gabs, please go into detail about how George Soros feels about the letter to the Board of Woodbine and as me as the person. Okay, let's see. Well, as far as the letter goes, this person, I don't know who he is, but he may feel like almost as if people have been taking advantage of a situation or the company or whatever, and that it almost makes him feel like they've been taking advantage of him. I don't know what the letter said or what's happening, but like anything that's been out of balance or disrespectful, or if he feels like somebody has treated himself or the company unfairly, they're going to be investigated. As far as everything else in that letter, I don't know specifically what, but he may be feeling like this is something that needs to be looked into, because this kind of stuff can't be going on, and like we're going to put an end to it, whatever it is. And he kind of feels like it needs to be taken seriously, because if it isn't taken seriously, like you can take it seriously and find out that there is nothing going on. But if you ignore it and something is really going on, then you're never going to be taken seriously ever again with anything. So it needs to be looked at. I don't know. He seems like he means business. And then how does he feel about me as a person? I think he thinks pretty highly of you. He may find you to be strong, focused, hardworking, perseverant, down to earth, reliable, successful. I mean, it looks pretty good. Successful, self-confident, smart, intelligent, independent, hardworking. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see what happens with this. Jay, love for next week. Love for next week. Exploring your options around love leads to success and may bring you to a place of feeling relieved. Old wounds heal and move into the past, and life begins to move forward. You could be spending time with fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or possibly a Taurus or a Capricorn. Exploring your options leads to success if you're not with anyone right now. But if you are with someone right now, things may be very stable or functioning well next week. Julie, do you see when I will hear back from A looking to chat back? It's possible, like maybe towards the end of this month, beginning of next. Avery loves Cheesecake Factory, but not even for the cheesecake. She just loves going there. I like going there too, but it's just too expensive right now. Like every time we go in there, like you don't leave with like, it's like never under 100. So I haven't been there in quite some time. Liz for the next 24. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from, and life could change for you for the better quickly. Something with the sun is making you happy. A new journey may begin. You may have choices and options around social activity. Listen to your intuition. Life begins to move forward. Disappointments heal and move into the past. Tanya for the next 48. Next 48, you have a disappointment heals and moves into the past. Negativity moves into the past. You're no longer holding yourself back. Disappointment heals and moves into the past, and you have success coming in around like a wish coming true. And you look, you could hear from that air sign again, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. So let's see what happens with that person. Anxiety eases and moves into the past. Not bad. Bernard, where are you working for kids? I can't sleep watching TV. Your angels, yes, your kid. I only have one kid. I have one kid, Avery, and then I have the dog. But it's so funny when people always tell me, like we were at the dog park the other day and somebody was like, she looks just like you. My family always says she looks like me. I go over to her father's family and they'll all tell me how much that she looks like him. Some of them they're like, oh, she looks just like Tyler. That's her like middle brother. But I know what you're really saying, because Tyler looks like his father. I don't feel like the other two look that much like their dad. A little bit. Like sometimes like they make an expression that looks like him. But I don't really feel like they look that much. The oldest one, you know, like somebody, he kind of moves like him and walks like him. And he kind of has like his like way about him. But I don't really know that his face, I think he looks a little more like his mom. Although he will make an expression sometimes that looks like him. But it's so funny. Everybody says, his family says she looks like him, and my family says it looks like me. But if you ask her who she looks like, she's going to tell you that she looks like Shane, which she doesn't. I don't think she does. That's her youngest brother. And that's also like, the sun revolves around Shane in Avery's eyes. He's the bee's knees. Jasmine, love for the next 2 weeks. Love for the next 2 weeks. You'll hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from, or get good news that you've been waiting on. You may have new energy coming in the next 2 weeks. It could be a Virgo. Lay down the law, set boundaries, or expressing your wants and needs around love may be helpful. With the Magician, the ability to manifest new opportunities. It's a little slow, like there's not a ton of love happening quick, but there may be new energy that comes in. Life comes into balance. Explore your options and don't look back on the past. Life is moving forward. Not bad. Not bad. Jay, work for next week. Work for next week looks good. Perseverance pays off and happiness comes in. You've got life coming into balance. Life is moving forward with choices and options. You may be feeling like happy and content. Like life is moving forward, grounded and stable, happy and content. Not bad, not bad. Good luck is coming in. Luck is changing for the better. Opportunities. I don't know if new opportunities are coming in next week, but they may be on the horizon. Susie, for tomorrow, I'm taking my mom out for her birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Looks good. You got success coming in with growth, change, and transformation. You may be thinking about going back to school or learning a new area of study. Old wounds are healing and moving into the past. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Overall, it looks like a pleasant day. Somebody may make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. Debs, me and Matt. Things look a little slow. You have the 8 of Swords in reverse. I don't know where you are in your relationship or like what exactly you're asking, but I don't see all that much happening here. 8 of Wands in reverse, things may be at a slowdown. I don't see a whole lot of communication here. If you want communication to pick up, I would suggest reaching out to this other person because things look a little slow. Now, Emperor in reverse could be somebody who's trying to control or manipulate a person or a situation. If one person is trying to manipulate the other person, it's not going to work. It's like kind of makes a stalemate. Like nobody is doing anything, or it kind of gets stagnant. But it really depends like what it is that you're looking for from this relationship, or where you are in the relationship, or what the specific question is. Jasmine, I feel like me and my brother will never find a new place to live. Will we be successful at finding a new place by the end of August? You should be successful in finding a place by then, yes. I know it's frustrating. XXX, next in love. Perseverance pays off around love and success comes in. You're not looking back on the past, life is moving forward. You may have an earth sign here, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Virgo and Taurus come up the strongest, and you also could have Air, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, but Gemini and Libra come up the strongest. A wish comes true, new beginnings on the horizon that could lead to a committed relationship if that's something that you're interested in. You have good karma coming back around your love life. All about Maine for the next 48. All about Maine for the next 48. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You may be spending time with a earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Something nice may happen around the home, moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home, maybe spending time with the Sagittarius. You could have some money coming in. You may have a Gemini around. Empress is bringing in love and money, or more of it. Even if this doesn't happen in the next 48 hours, it's on the horizon. It still should happen. Make sure you're taking time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Rimmel, general. Feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Listen to your intuition. Disappointments heal and move into the past, and life begins to move forward. You'll hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on, and that may ease anxiety. Success comes in around career, work, school, business, career, whatever you do all day moving forward. Solution to a problem is in front of you. You'll figure it out before the end of the month. Lioness, anything that the cards want me to know. You have a wish that comes true around life moving forward. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. Maybe spending time with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Maybe thinking about going back to school, learning a new area of study. Listen to your intuition. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Not too bad. Gabs, I'm concerned I'm going to be questioned by the Board of Woodbine, or will I have problems with Spencer or George Soros at Woodbine? You may be questioned by the board. But I don't see you having problems with either of these two guys. But they may question you about something. Julie, how's Kay's job situation now? I think that she's still working, but I think there's a lot of anxiety around the situation not functioning so well. Like, her career is weakening and there's a lot of anxiety around it. But I think she's still there as of right now. Julie, my job situation is 6 to 9 months from now. You should have had a new beginning that's bringing in more money, that's relieving the weight of the world from your shoulders. Life is moving forward with some good karma around it. So between now and then, you should be starting a new job that's stable and bringing in some pretty decent money. KK 1111, Chris Lance's current energy towards me. Energy is okay. Grounded and stable. It's like a little stagnant, but respectful. Macy, can I get a general for the rest of the weekend? General for the rest of the weekend. May have a new journey that begins. A disappointment heals and moves into the past, and life begins to move forward. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You have the world at your feet. Lay down the law and set boundaries, especially if you feel as if somebody is overstepping. Dizzy, general for the next week. You have money coming in, and you might be feeling like the hard work that you put into work, school, or business comes back and pays off, brings in a little more financial stability. Old wounds heal and move into the past and begin to move forward. The world is at your feet. Might hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from, or get good news that you've been waiting on. Tanya, my dreams about Aries are driving me nuts. I hope I'm in his dreams driving him nuts too. If I reach out, how will it go? Because I want to get a good night's sleep, and the tequila didn't help. Oh no. I think if you reach out, it would go well. It's slow. So it may be that if you reach out, you don't hear from him immediately, or if you reach out, you may hear from him, but then communication is slow to continue to pick up. But it will pick up, and the conversation should go well. If you reach out to him, you're going to speak to him. It just might not be immediately because the chose is slow. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't reach out to him. But I understand if you don't. Like, I totally get it. I think I went too far up. Gabs, I'm concerned I'm going to be questioned by the board of Woodbine. Oh, I answered that one. I think you will be, but I don't think you're going to have trouble with those guys. Peach, will I get the 2 refunds without any issues on my account afterwards? I think you will. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Doll face for the next 48. Doll face for the next 48. You've got something coming in that makes you happy with the sun. New beginnings on the horizon that could lead to success around work, school, or business. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you, and a disappointment heals and moves into the past. You may be feeling grounded and stable around like work, school, or business, and you may be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. Luck changes for you for the better quickly. Emily, why did the Virgo say that he's suffering because I might have cursed him? He decided to pull out and pursue the other person, but so did I. He's manipulating this situation. So, first of all, you didn't curse him, so I don't know exactly what he means by that. Like, you gave him the evil eye or something like that. Something may not have worked out the way that he wanted it to, and now he's trying to manipulate the situation. I don't care for this, because it's like he's not being honest about something, he's lying about something, and he's being manipulative. I would set a boundary with him. I would just cut him off. I mean, you could do whatever you want, but it's like, it's almost like he's trying to blame you because something didn't work out for him, but you have nothing to do with it, and I don't trust the devil there, and he's Emperor in reverse. He's trying to manipulate you in some way. Tanya, he's always slow and always that way. Even when I would stay over his house, it took him hours to fall asleep. He's always overthinking. Yeah, some people are like that. I mean, I overthink a lot, so I get it. Yeah, he's playing the victim, yeah. KK, more about Chris's energy will be reconciled. So you mean, when you say reconcile, you mean come back to a committed relationship? Is that what you're asking? I don't see commitment around this situation. It looks like two people that are not on the same page, or two people that are not looking for the same thing. If you want to see something change, you may have to be the one to take the initiative, but it looks like he may be setting a boundary. I don't know what happened here, but I don't see commitment around this situation. But if that's something that you want, I would suggest that you pursue it rather than waiting on him. Julie, can you see why it's taking MSHR so long to sort me out? It looks like there's a delay. Like, that delay might not have anything to do with you specifically. It may have something to do with people being on vacation or holiday or whatever it is, the holiday that we had last week. People not being there. It's like they're waiting on people to get things done. It doesn't look like they're that far behind, but they may be like, it looks like 2 weeks behind. Trying to catch up. They haven't gotten to it yet. I don't know if you could call and follow up with these people. You probably can call and follow up. I would try that. Why did my fan just stop working? There we go. Oh my God, why is it stopping? Why does that happen? Goodness. Tanya, romance coming in. I'm really hoping that the energy is coming my way. Disappointments are healing and moving into the past, and life is moving forward. You have this Leo here. Leo may be coming in. You're no longer holding yourself back. Life is moving forward. Old wounds heal and move into the past, and areas of your life that have been stagnant should now start to move forward. Romance could lead to a committed relationship if you explore your options. You also have that earth sign here, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Listen to your intuition and explore your options, and new beginnings are on the horizon. I wouldn't be surprised if this Leo is new energy. And then you also may have air, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. And the Empress is bringing in love and money or more of it. Not bad. It's not bad. KK is RF, been missing me lately. I would say you could cross this person's mind on occasion, but I don't see them ruminating or missing specifically right now. It's like you may cross their mind, but they're kind of disconnected or distracted at the moment. If you want to speak to them, I would reach out to them. All about Maine. Robert's next actions, thoughts, or intentions. There could be communication that comes in sometime between now and like the end of the week. You may be seeing one another. So communication may come in sometime between like now and Tuesday or Wednesday, and then you may be planning on seeing one another. He may be feeling a little bit like tired, overwhelmed, overworked. Maybe the heat's got him. He's not sick, but he may be feeling a little bit like kind of under the weather. That may be why things have been a little slow recently. Debs, does Matt realize that I always knew what he was doing, and that's why I never confronted him? I think he does. Yeah, I think he does. Red, officers feel when I told them about the lawsuit. Okay, I don't know what this is all about, but it looks like they may have felt surprised, worried, or concerned. Surprised, worried, or concerned. Or maybe not so much worried, maybe surprised or concerned. I don't know why would they be concerned. I don't know. Could they be concerned like for your welfare? I mean, I don't know why. The moon is in reverse. Something may get revealed that could need to be dealt with. That may make sense as to why they're feeling concerned. Now, you got here 4 of Cups. The solution to a problem could be in front of you. You may figure it out before the end of the month, or maybe before the lawsuit or whatever. They also could feel like things are moving forward for you, or things will move forward for you quickly. So I don't know exactly what it is that's concerning. It also could just be that legal action is always concerning. Like people are always, there's always anxiety around legal shit. So that may be what it is too. Like, it doesn't have to be such a big deal. It's like people just get uneasy when there's, like, legal crap that goes on. Bella, will my niece get her SSI? It's been months. She's going to end up getting it, but it could take a little bit more time. Tanya, what is Edward up to? He's still acting like a jerk. Instead of saying, let's talk about what happened and get past it, he'd rather act like a pain in the ass. Yeah, I mean, this is what gets me so badly about this fucking religious thing. It's like you preach all this shit, but then this is how you treat people. He's feeling stuck and stagnant. He doesn't know what to do. So instead of, you're right, but this is how people act. He's afraid, he's concerned, he doesn't know. He realizes he knows what he did, but he doesn't know how to fix it. He doesn't know how to say, hey, let's talk, but yeah. But he's going to try several different ways to get back into your good graces. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. I mean, but this is how we are. I mean, we as people tend to not, we don't communicate well with each other. We just don't. And sometimes we hear things, but that's not what was said. Like, somebody once said something. What was the conversation? I know there was one that happened with me at work, and 3 different people heard 3 different things and thought, but I can't remember what the exact thing was. But then there was somebody else was saying, it had something to do with an unplanned pregnancy versus a single mother. I can't remember how it was. It was something like somebody was talking about somebody, and I think said, oh, she had an unplanned pregnancy. But the way the person took it was, oh, she's a single mother. But she wasn't a single mother. She wasn't married, but she wasn't a single mother. She was with the person. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting, because this person said unplanned pregnancy, that person thought single mother. And we don't hear what's being said. We don't say what we should say. We dance around things, and we have bad communication. So, but I'm surprised with somebody who is so religious that they're not more self-aware of what they're doing or the role that they're playing in the situation. Anyway. Gabs, please elaborate more into Matt, how Matt sees me as a person. I always knew what he was going to do. Okay, let's see. As a person, he may find you to be strong, confident, smart, and intelligent. Now, he shows as the hermit in reverse, so he's done something that he knows is wrong. He's not willing to take responsibility for it. He may find you to be smart and intelligent, intuitive, and he may feel like you pick up on things that other people don't always pick up on. So that may be why, I don't know, maybe that's why he's the hermit in reverse, or he's afraid you're going to find something out. I don't know how that ties in. But he knows that he's done something wrong. He's not willing to take responsibility for it, and I think he feels like that you see through him. There's a little anxiety around the situation for him. He may find you to be like somebody like that's like strong and confident, and like you don't let people, like people can't pull the wool over your eyes kind of thing. I don't know what it is he did, but he knows he did it. He knows he's wrong. Julie, will Ignacio even inform me that I got the job, or she doesn't know yet? I don't think that she knows yet. I don't think they've gotten that far. Seems like it's been a long time though, right? Ladybug reading for tomorrow. Success comes in around whatever it is you're investing time in tomorrow. Make sure you're taking time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from, or get good news that you've been waiting on. Old wounds heal and move into the past, and you may be spending time with a Scorpio or a Capricorn. MR, General. You've got feeling a little bit more financially stable. You may have more money coming in between now and the end of the year. The world is at your feet. Cause for celebration comes in around work, school, or business, and life begins to move forward. A new journey begins. You may be planning travel. Negativity moves into the past. Teamwork is favored around work, school, or business. Something nice may happen around the home, moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home, redecorating your home, whatever it is, it would be positive. Davy, general for the next 3 weeks. Anxiety and disappointments are healing and moving into the past, and you may be planning travel, possibly a road trip. Listen to your intuition and life moves forward. You may be spending time with an Aries or a Virgo. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Is there anyone here I haven't answered for yet? KK, tell me about the next person coming in for new love. This person should be somebody who is smart and intelligent. They may be very ambitious, hardworking, and they may love learning, or they may be either in school or talking about going back to school. They may love travel. They may like, they may have a physical activity or sport that's important to them. They may have the world at their feet, or they may just like have a lot going on. You know, a lot of things moving forward. They may be somebody who could be a little bit on the introverted side, but once you get to know them, they kind of come out of their shell. They also may have a love of adventure, and they may be spontaneous, but that may be something that comes out as you get to know them. They could be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, but Aries comes up the strongest. All right, let me run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Gabs, Matt was flirting with Eden while his wife worked at Woodbine as well. When I found out, I genuinely felt horrible for his wife. My spirit told me to foreshadow disaster. I never told him about what I knew. I think you did the right thing. Bernard, January reading of sugar coming my way. You have, well, you got people coming in. You have Capricorn, Cancer, and a Taurus. New beginnings on the horizon that lead to success. Perseverance pays off. Listen to your intuition and life begins to move forward. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Don't settle for less than you want or deserve when it comes to love. Tanya, I feel like giving up on everyone, mind my business, and focus on going to the gym and getting myself together for my better good. All the games and miscommunication. If people are fucking exhausting, yes. Something's in my eye now. Yeah. I totally understand. I think I got it out. Yeah, I know. I know. I don't blame you. Like, sometimes I think, like, I just want to lock myself in my house and not fucking deal with anybody. Right? Like, it's just so... It's fucking exhausting. That's the best word to describe it. Exhausting. I totally understand. Beautiful goddess, I'm Leo's current energy. Is he okay? I think he's fine. His energy looks pretty good. Like, his energy looks like forward moving, ambitious, stable. Cosmic, is my friend right about being a bad idea to give Brian the UPS guy my number without knowing if he's single? I don't want to ask him because of work and people watching me at the front desk. I mean, it's not... The cards are kind of neutral, like it's your decision. Years ago, this is years and years ago, I met this guy. He was working at Walgreens, and like I walked in there, and like, I don't know, he made a comment. I took notice of him, and I was with my friend. And she was like, "Oh, he was flirting with you. We should go back in there and you should give him your number." So I didn't do it that day, but I was going to do it. That's what my intentions were. And when I went to work, I was talking to my friend Tim, and I said to Tim, I said, but what happens if he has a girlfriend? And she goes, he said, well, if he has a girlfriend, then he's not going to call. But don't be embarrassed if somebody has a significant other you don't know. Like, there's nothing wrong with putting it out there. Like, if he's got a girlfriend, then you just, then that's where it ends. And then you don't go back to Walgreens. But you didn't do anything wrong. And I felt like I would be embarrassed if I knew that he was with somebody and I had given him my number. I would have been embarrassed by that. But he's like, there's not really anything to be embarrassed about just because you took a chance. Anyway, so I did go back in and I gave him my number, and I was fucking shocked that he called. Anyway, he turned out to be a really bad disaster, but that's not the point. The point was, if you don't do anything, nothing is going to happen. And you know, if you want to try, you know, to give it a chance, you kind of, somebody has to do something, otherwise nothing is going to change. New love, general career. Career looks okay. You have relief around things moving forward. Listen to your intuition. You had success coming in around your career. You've got the world at your feet. Exploring your options could lead you down a new path sometime between now and the end of this year. Yeah, sometimes I feel like being born to a psychic mother and an intuitive family only brings me more drama. I wish I was just stupid sometimes. I'm tired. I don't blame you. It's exhausting. Everything's exhausting. Oh, you like the black one? I do like the black one. Although it's really getting really ratty. And I wish it was in better shape. But it doesn't look that bad sitting here. When I go into the bathroom, I mean, it looks really bad. This is like, you know how it looks? Like, remember the Cher doll I told you I had when I was a kid? That the hair always got really fucked up? That's what this was like. It's like the same. It's like, I bet this is with the same hair they made this Cher doll with. Like, it gets kind of like frizzy and all humped up. Anyway. D for tomorrow. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Life moves forward. Maybe spending time with the fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. You may have choices and options around social activity. This one really does look, it looks like my real hair. I feel like this one actually sits on my head the worst. Like, I don't know why. It just, look at my ears. I have such a big head. Like, why do I have such a big head? Leo, I'm having testing ran medically. What is the energy around it? Will I get answers? Energy is pretty positive that you will get answers, and like that could lead to success. So whatever the tests show, it may have some kind of a diagnosis that could be treated. So it looks like it could be positive. Brenda, why didn't Mr. Carmen Montenegro didn't show up or answer the calls to meet up? How everything is going to go with that tomorrow or this upcoming week? He'll give me the money. I'm not confident. So I don't know what this situation is, but it looks like he's not answering because he doesn't have something, or he's not moving forward. So I don't know if it's like this is a business thing. He may not have the money. He may be changing his mind. He may be waiting on money. I can't say that I think that this is going to change this coming week. It may take time. It might not be immediately. Raymond, going out tonight, love read, what do you say? A disappointment heals and moves into the past, and exploring your options could lead to success. You could have an Aquarius around or a Pisces. You have good luck tonight. Explore your options. Perseverance pays off. Not bad. Starfall love. When it comes to love, life is moving forward towards greener pastures with choices and options. Leave people, places, and things in the past that no longer serve you. A disappointment heals. You may be spending time with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Life moves forward towards greener pastures. And you have growth, change, and transformation coming in and around love. You're not looking backwards. Life is moving forward, so it's probably new energies coming in. Is there anybody here I haven't answered for yet? Cosmic, what do the cards suggest when I should give Brian, UPS guy, my cell number when my temp assignment ends or a few days before, because we don't always get deliveries? I would do it a few days before, yeah. Yeah. Tanya, I run into married guys who lie or have an attitude. If my wife doesn't care, then why should you? I get so angry. Guys are like that are dangerous because their way, they get their way and they do like rejection. The whole thing is so twisted. It's so twisted. Like sometimes I have this thought, this is going to sound terrible, and I'm just making this up. Like this is just something that I think. Sometimes. You know how that divorce lawyer talks about how like marriage is like an antiquated thing, like we don't really need it anymore because like people are living longer, and like, you know, if you lived way back when you were, if you were going to live to be 35, like you could stay with somebody for a few years, but now it's like we grow, change, and transform. It's like, can you imagine like the person that you were with at 15 and you're going to be with them at 95? Like that's like people get on each other's nerves. I mean, I work with women. They used to get on my fucking nerves. I'm sure I got on their nerves. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast when you're in a room with no windows with the same people 8 hours a day, 40 days, 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. But sometimes I think, like, what if biologically men are just not supposed to be with one woman? Like, what if like, there is, you know how like things are always coming out like medically and shit. What if these men that are big cheaters, like what if it has something to do with a high level of a specific hormone, and then it's not that they're just cheaters, it's just that like a biological thing? I mean, I don't know. I have no experience or expertise in any of this. I'm just like just my intuition and thinking of, you know, how like the animal kingdom is. I know that some men stick around in the animal kingdom, like the ducks, right? They get married. I see them over here. They're all the same ducks. The ducks get married. They don't, you know what I mean? They partner for life. But, you know, what if they're just like, that's just like a biological thing? Like, why is it that like men find everything fucking hot and most women, like you'll be like, and once again, I can't stereotype everybody, but a lot of times, like, women are, like, not attractive. Like, that's not so good looking. I have a friend of mine who, oh, my God, she's so funny. She's older. Like, she's older than me, but she's in good shape. She teaches yoga. She's on these dating apps, and she's like, please tell me I don't have to date one of these guys. She's like, please tell me that the cards see that I'm going to have choices that are not going to look like this. And like I think to myself, it's so funny because I feel like men think everything is hot. Like everything. Anyway, let me just shut up. No, they don't like rejection, but I could never understand. Like I can understand somebody being in a bad situation and cheating. Like I'm in a bad situation with this person. I don't know how to get myself out of it. I'm unhappy. I'm trying to pry myself away and I can't figure it out. And then I'm really in love with that person. Like I've said this a million times. Once again, it's only my opinion. It doesn't make that it's right. Somebody who is like a 19-year-old that is like nailing everything that walks by. Like that's a different kind of cheating than somebody who is like maybe in a situation where for financial reasons or whatever this bogus circumstance is, feels like they're stuck, feels like they can't leave, and they're having an affair with someone else, and that affair has lasted years. that I think has more to do with somebody being unhappy and looking for happiness and being happier with the other person. Where I, although they'll probably never leave the first person, and why should they when they're having their cake and they're eating it too? Whereas I think that the younger person that's just like sowing oats, I think that that's a different kind of cheating. Where was I going with this? I can't remember now. Oh yeah. But I can't understand, like, why get married in the first place? Like, why be married and just like want to hook up with all these, like, didn't you already do that before you got married? Like, that's what I could never understand. That, like, I can't understand it. I understand some of it needs a lot of attention from women, maybe a younger guy that hasn't like built self-esteem yet, but I can't understand why all these, and they're all over the place, hanging out, hooking up, doing all kinds of crazy shit. Some become stalkers. Great. I've seen crime shows where the woman found out that she was married and called it off and he killed her. I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Mel, I used to wonder that as well. Like, what if men are not supposed to be with one woman? That's what I'm thinking. Like, even, not that I'm a big Bible reader, but years and years and years ago, and I'm going to screw the stories up because I don't really remember, but when I was studying Kabbalah, I had to read one of the books of the Old Testament I was reading, and those men had more than one wife. And not only that, I think sometimes their wives were sisters. And like, maybe that's normal. I don't know. Maybe it's society that put us into these boxes and it's not working, but yet we're still trying to make it work. You know, it's like, duh, it's not working. Stop doing it. All this time he's going to be faithful to me. Yeah, he hasn't been faithful to you. He hasn't been faithful to you the whole time. Ain't going to change tomorrow. But like, why are we doing this? And then we're posting it up on Facebook and trying to convince everybody else. Some become stalkers. That's great. Adonis, in early human history, life was brutal and survival based. Both sexes had multiple partners. Yep. And it was normal. And now that we've evolved options. Yeah, I know. We have evolved. And we got to remember, marriage is a social construct, and you know how I feel about it. I feel like it's unnecessary, especially if you're older. I can understand it when you're young. Not even only because of like the fairy tale part, but because like if you think about two people starting out, I mean, I can't even. It gets so I get so upset because not only do people don't stand a chance just economically in the world that we're living in today. Like, I was thinking when I was a very little kid, you know, that area up by the one rink that we go to, that's where I didn't grow up there. I moved out of there when I was 5, but I have like a very like vague memory of like that time in my life from like whatever it was, 0 to 5. But there are certain things that I remember pretty clearly, and I'm always intrigued by those places, like my old house. And there was a restaurant, I don't know if I ever told you guys this story, but there was a restaurant that my parents used to take me to, and I loved it. When you walked in, it was kind of like a little bit fancier than a pizza place, but I think it was like kind of like an Italian restaurant. I think, if I remember, when you walked in, like there was like the maitre d' or whatever, and then you went into another room, like doors, you walked in through doors, and then there was the big dining room. Anyway, when you walked in, there had like candle sconces on the wall, and it was dark, and it had like a lot of like brick, and I really loved this place, and I used to ask my parents to take me there all the time. Anyway, one time I asked them, and they're like, no, we can't go there anymore, it's not there anymore. And I didn't really understand it. And then the restaurant changed. And it was years later, like as an adult, that my father told me that one night when the restaurant had closed down, the wife was there. And the husband left to go home. And when the wife was there with another employee, I guess they always had 2 people together. she realized she didn't have the keys, so the employee went. Yeah, the employee went to go get the key, something like that. And then when the wife was alone, somebody came in and killed her. They never found out who killed her, and they were trying to like say that the husband had somebody kill her for like insurance money. Whatever happened. They never found out who killed. Anyway, my point is that this young couple that owned that restaurant, the woman was 26. So it's like my parents bought their first house. My father was, I think my father was 26 and my mother was 23, I think. Yeah, that's what I think. So it's like in this day and age, there's nobody buying a house at 23, not a 3-bedroom house at 23. Nobody is opening up a successful business restaurant at 23. It's just it's gotten so crazy, and instead, like, we're still trying to put everybody in this box, and it's not working. Anyway, my point is, like, society is changing, but the social constructs aren't. And if it's not working, why are we still trying to do it? And then there's all the manipulation that goes into it, and it's still not working, and everybody's miserable. Anyhow, there is pressure to get married, that's right. And a lot of shit that we have right now is usually tied to dark history. Yep. Society's marriage was tied to control. Yep. I know, it's just such craziness. But I always think about why are we doing this? It doesn't work. It's not working. Cosmic, will he be awkward around me? I don't think he's going to be awkward around you. And then, you know what? If nothing ever happens, you don't have to see him that much. You know what I mean? But if you don't take a chance, nothing will happen. Dr. Sony, career reading. How's my upcoming seminar going to go? It should go well. Life is coming into balance. Things are moving forward. You're ready for it. You're grounded and stable. The hard work that you put in pays off and life moves forward. Pretty good. Pretty good. Girl, wake up. Timeline on when I'll get approved for a new place and move. I'm going to say that it might be sometime this fall, like maybe early fall, late September, early October. Brightest light, can you tell me my ex David's current feelings and thoughts of me? I think of you as a nice person, somebody who is strong, confident, and hardworking, down to earth, somebody who he's got respect for. Is there anybody else here I haven't answered for? Henna, love coming in, old, new, just anything. Looks like leave the past in the past and life moves forward. If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready, but anything that's been broken, cycles, that's not working in your highest good, like going back to the past it's not suggested. Then you have water coming in, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Listen to your intuition. Old wounds heal and move into the past. You may have a Virgo here. You could have a Sagittarius. But the cards are indicating life is moving forward and leave people, places, and things in the past that no longer serve you. Anything from the past that resurfaces, you may, I mean, it's up to you, but the cards kind of suggest leave it in the past. And you have Leo, Sagittarius, and water around, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, possibly a Virgo. Raymond, can you tell me more about my trip to Salem? Areas of your life that have been stuck or stagnant should now start to move forward. You may have a good time. You may do something out of the blue, fun and exciting or spontaneous. Listen to your intuition. Explore your options. And you may have like luck change for the better around that time. It should be a good trip. Iman, is it a good decision to get the condo? I think so. Yeah, it looks pretty positive. Is there anybody here I haven't answered for yet? As Rosie, situations with Artie became boring and stale. Is he trying to end things with me? I don't know, like, you mean, is he doing it on purpose to end things with you? I don't think so. I just think that it just may have gotten boring, and I don't know, he may be okay with it being boring. You may be the one that decides to check out. Mel, going to beef up my resume and start my job search. How does it go? Will I land anything? You should. You should have choices and options that come in. Around new beginnings that lead to more money coming in, a wish comes true. Exploring your options leads to success. Don't settle for less than you want or desire. Not bad. Not bad. Alessandra, for the upcoming weeks. Upcoming weeks, you have money coming in, finances are improving, the world is at your feet, anxiety eases and moves into the past. You may be feeling ambitious and you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to, listening to your intuition. Adonis, intentions towards, B's intentions towards the connection in the month of July, whatever pops up. Disappointments heal and move into the past. Communication comes in or picks up. Listen to your intuition. Don't be afraid to express your wants and needs around the situation, but the intentions are for communication to pick up. And like things come into balance, or there's good karma around the situation. Not bad. Not bad. Tanya, looking at old messages on my phone and they're in different colors for certain people. Did S block me? I don't think this person blocked you. The sweater thief blocked you? What a jerk. What a jerk. Ina, sometimes my cousin asks questions in my stead. Does that mix our energies regarding readings? I'm not sure what you're asking. Are you saying that somebody else is using your account to ask questions? I wouldn't suggest doing that. Because the cards, like, I can only go into the energy of what I know. I can't decipher who the energy is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need energy to go into to do a reading. So if somebody, like, let's just say that my friend is using my account and it's coming up Danny, but my friend is using my account. The person that's reading it is not a mind reader, so they're looking at the energy of me. They're not thinking this could be somebody else. That's why, like, I recently made a video about people that lie, like the people that lie and they have multiple accounts and they're trying to ask the same question 35 times. I wouldn't suggest doing that, because you're dealing with the spirit world, and the spirit world knows. I may not know, because I don't know everything and I'm not a mind reader. I don't know who's behind. I don't even know where in the world you are. But if we're not clear about what we're talking about, and we're not clear of who we're talking about, you're not going to get a clear answer. There's just no way, because I mean, the cards have a million different answers. Like when people are like, me and Joe. Well, who the fuck is Joe? How could I possibly give you a reading when I don't know what the question is? What is the question? Like, we need a question, and we need the energy of the right people. If somebody else is using somebody else's name, then it's not going to be clear. I mean, yeah, I don't agree. I don't think it's a good idea. But if that's what you're asking, if that's the question that you're asking, TR, will I get the job with LTI? I'm going to apply for it in a month. You got a good shot. You got a better than 70% chance. Yes, you'll get it. So it looks pretty positive. Julie, would MS hire me and give me 10 weeks of training? Or 12 weeks? It looks like it would be 10 weeks of training, but you could get hired, yeah. Yeah, she has card linked to Google, and I tell her to log in and ask my question. No, that's okay. If she's just typing it, that's okay. But if two people are using the same account to ask different questions, like if she was using your name and asking her own questions, then no, I would say that's a bad idea. But if she's just asking the questions for you and she's just physically typing it, I think that's fine. Oh, you like the dark hair? Thank you. Is there anybody else here I haven't answered for? Like, who was it that used to always tell me who they were? There was somebody who was having trouble with their account, and they were using your sister's account. Maybe it was Dakota and Kimon. Maybe it was that. Maybe Kimon was having trouble with her account, and Dakota was asking, and she used to always say it. I'm writing this, but the question is for, and then that's fine. I think that's fine. I think it was the two of them. Butterfly A, general. Butterfly A, life moves forward towards greener pastures and teamwork is favored around work, school, or business. New beginnings are on the horizon that lead to success. You may be spending time with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan can make you feel relieved. Something nice may be happening around the home, moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home. Yes, Emily, go ahead. And is there anyone else here that has any other questions? I think it was Kimon too. Why do I always crave strawberries? Like, why am I craving strawberries right now? Always. We eat strawberries. I'm mostly me. I like crazy. Hi, Lima. Emily, I want to get a job at AC. I sent my CV and I asked about this yesterday. In what case are my chances better to wait for HR to respond or to contact MB higher up? I would contact MB if you can. Yeah. They may be able to help you out quicker, whereas the HR people may be sitting on it. Lima, what do I need to know about Kay, a new guy I met recently? Listen to your intuition. This person may be somebody who is smart and intelligent, hardworking, kind-hearted, and sincere. Slow and steady wins the race. I wouldn't rush into anything. If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready. Communication looks like it could be picking up. And you might be feeling like content with the way things are kind of flowing. Not bad. Not bad. Is there anyone else here I have an answer for? Otherwise, I will wrap it up and I'll see you guys tomorrow. What time? Does anybody know? I think we have ice skating at 11, maybe around 1. No, not that's too early. Maybe 1:30. Maybe 2 o'clock. Emily, how possible is it for me to get a job at AC and when? Could be about a 70% chance yes, and it may be like around the beginning of this next year, like maybe sometime between December and February time frame. You're very welcome. Alrighty, I will wrap it up and I'll see you guys tomorrow, maybe at like 2. I don't know. I'll be on at some point tomorrow. Thank you all very much for being here. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.